Alright,
The
cool.
first stone slate describes what you just said. It seems to show the previous Hydro. Does that mean that Fontanians are transformed Oceanids?
I think so.
Oh, Paimon wasn't expecting that. But if Oceanids can turn... The second stone slate shows Celestia floating in the sky, and the Hydro Archon and her people worshipping it together. But the heavens still brought judgment down upon them. This must be the point when the Hydro Archon and the Fontanians were branded with their original sin. Does this mean that the original sin and the Hydro Archon sin are the same thing?
Maybe. Like, maybe they were never meant to be humans.
The third slate shows the Hydro Archon sinking into the sea surrounded by many people. That reminds Paimon, didn't we also watch that happen to someone else? Well, the fourth slate is the prophecy of the Fontanians of
Someone
the
sinking into the sea surrounded by many people?
dissolving into the sea, the Hydro Archon crying on her throne, and so on.
Navia?
We didn't believe that such a crazy disaster could happen at first, did we? But after that incident...
So when, not if, so true. Okay, real events. Prophecy slate. It seems to show the former Hydra Archon turning Oceanids into people. So what's an instance where that actually happened? Navia, right? Well, I remember them were turning... Wait, okay, hold on a second. I want to say Navia's situation contained Oceanids. There were... What? Okay, well, maybe not. Turns out Fontanians can be dissolved by water. This is... I don't know. I wish I could just point out that Navia was surrounded by Oceanids when she almost dissolved. This one? Yes?
We know from the case of the serial disappearances of young women that Fontanians can be dissolved in primordial sea. And this might be the reason that Fontanians can dissolve.
Okay, sure. I was like, sure, I thought the Navia one would also work, but okay, I'm glad that the case regarding people dissolving is maybe the one they're looking for. Okay, so the second one is about Celestia floating in the sky. Judgment being brought upon them. Judgment being brought upon them. Maybe, in terms of judgment being brought upon people from Celestia, maybe the Hydro Archon being sentenced to death could work for that?
What is about to take place has all happened before. The true sin of the Hydro Archon that Nervilette mentioned, and the original sin cast down on the people of Fontaine by Celestia, as recorded on the stone slates.
Okay, maybe it's happened before. What kind of sin merits the verdict? You can definitely sink into the sea surrounded by people, because that's what happened to Navia? Yes.
It's not as simple as falling into the sea. When not, the stone slates show the people gathered around the Hydro Archon in the sea. Could that be alluding to the same thing?
Okay. So maybe at the very end, when Navia's crying alone on the water and everyone else is dead, well, not dead, they turned back into Oceanids. Maybe this is less of like... Maybe this is more like she... Okay, well, we're about to find out, but maybe it's like she enters into the water, but she refuses to become one with like the Oceanid hive mind. So... She refuses to become one with the Oceanid hive mind. Oh. I'm not sure. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna try Childs first, and then I'm gonna try the tea. Okay, it's not the tea? Okay, I'm gonna try the tea. I'm gonna try the tea time. What? Oh, I guess it was Newflet. The entrance to the Primordial Sea is sealed beneath the Forbidden Zone in the Fortress of Meropide. Recently, Primordial Sea has nearly broken out. It was only temporarily pushed back by Newflet's power. Oh! Okay, so sorry. I misinterpreted what this particular part of the prophecy was trying to get at. No, yeah, this is about the water rising up and turning everyone into
Stone
oceanids.
slates found its way into society. But not many people believe the Fortress of Meropide was nearly flooded with primordial seawater, which we know can cause Fontanians to dissolve. It seems increasingly likely that the prophecy made if we hadn't dealt with it in time.
Alright. Piece it together for me, baby.
They'll dissolve into the primordial sea but won't cease to exist. Their essence will flow in the seawater, converge, and take the form of an oceanid. The Hydro Archon was sentenced to death in court, shocking everyone present. Perhaps this means that her sin was actually Fontaine's original sin. Navia fell into the water inside those ruins, and she nearly dissolved. She was surrounded by the people of Poisson in a court within her consciousness, and was forced to take part in a trial meant to make her stay. The eruption of the primordial sea at the Fortress of Meropide was the surest sign that the prophecy was about to come to pass no matter what. The prophecy's contents can all be verified by recent events. If we combine what we know together, loads of truths should come to light.
Alright, verification complete.
Huh? Oh, Paimon gets it now! So that's how you can make sense of it. But then it feels like we're going to have to share some truly shocking revelations.
Let's hear them.
The first slate reveals that Fontanians are not real humans.
Linny, did you hear that?
We're not real humans.
All Fontanians were originally created by the late previous Hydro Archon, with oceanids as their basis. The evidence for that can be found in how only Fontanians could dissolve in primordial seawater, and how all the girls Vacher dissolved were also turned into oceanids. Oh, and according to Navia, when she was about to get dissolved, she also saw everyone gathered around for a trial, all of them in the shape of oceanids.
Indeed.
The second slate reveals that the crime of the Hydro Archon was her creation of the Fontanians from Oceanids.
Yeah, and it follows from the content of the first slate that she probably angered Celestia by creating humans without prior permission. That could also explain why the Oratrice judged the Hydro Archon to be guilty.
The Hydro Archon's true sin was creating us?
And yet, after many hundreds of years, the Hydro Archon's creations have turned around to try to judge the Archon within the Opera Epiclese. The twists of history are often the most unexpected of all.
As for the third slate, I'm still convinced that it should come after the fourth slate.
Yeah, isn't the image here just like when Navia fell into the sea? So wouldn't it be trying to show the image of the Hydro Archon also falling into the sea once the prophecy has been fulfilled in the fourth slate?
Because the fourth slate depicts the fulfillment of the prophecy as it's already widely known.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away. Did Paimon get all that right?
You've made some keen deductions. I must say, given how much you still don't know, it is impressive that you've already However, while you were able to decode all the information on the slates, they've also been etched with an additional layer of hidden information. When we were at the ruins, I tried to decipher the hidden information recorded in the slate. Now that the slate collection is complete, I shall make another attempt to decipher the narrative recorded within.
Yes. Time for Newflet to use his powers? His dragon juice, his
Well, did you get it?
Water
I believe I should share
mojo?
this
Question
truth
mark.
not only with you, but with all the people of Fontaine as well. I will try to briefly sum up. Your hypotheses regarding the origin of Fontanians and the sin of the Hydro Archon were both correct. In the Fontaine of old, the previous Hydro Archon sensed the yearning of her Oceanid familiars for life on land.
Okay.
The Oceanids were enamored with the beauty and romanticism of human beings, and wishing to have those experiences for themselves, expressed to the Hydro Archon their desire to become of a similar kind. However, even though water as an element is intricately linked with the power of life, the Hydro Archon, as one of the seven, did not possess the authority to create a new form, not one to give in. She eventually found a way to create permanent humanoid bodies for her familiars by appropriating the power of this planet's primordial sea. She poured primordial seawater into the Oceanid's blood vessels, creating humanoid mimics in the process. But if Fontanians were to ever come into direct contact with water from the primordial sea, the power within their bodies would escape these artificial restraints and return to the sea. As a result, their forms would collapse, and they would be reverted to their original forms as Oceanids.
Interesting.
Of course, the Hydro Archon never received permission from the heavenly principles to create a new human race.
Oh, how fun! Using his like idol animation as part of this conversation.
And thus, the Hydro Archon and all of her creations came to shoulder the original sin of appropriating the power of the primordial sea. That is the true history of how the people of Fontaine first came into being.
So we were all Oceanids before we turned into human beings?
Well, it's probably a little different now because you've had like so many generations of just like. I mean, maybe you're still
That's way too
Oceanids,
much
right?
information for me. I think I'm just going to pretend that I never heard a single thing.
Out of control audience member. Yeah, I mean, I guess they're still
But if that's the
Oceanids.
truth, we can't let the Hydro Archon
Yeah.
be sentenced to death. After all, her only sin was creating us.
Me also an Oceanid? Oh shit!
This really might be too much information for your regular Fontanian, but it does answer a lot of our questions.
Alas, your hypothesis regarding the third and fourth stone slates was inaccurate. The slates' respective positions are, in fact, correct.
What is the third slate supposed to represent
A
then?
key point of the visual on the third slate is how all the
Me
individuals
ocean
depicted in the
egg.
water are humans rather than Oceanids.
All the individuals depicted in the water are humans rather than Oceanids.
They have not been dissolved, which implies that the water depicted in this slate is not water from the primordial sea.
Oh shit.
The nation of Fontaine is the nation of Hydro, as well as the nation of trials and justice. Instead of being the literal element, the water in the scene symbolizes judgment and justice. You may also recall Navia's experience. When she fell into the sea, her consciousness was surrounded by that of many others who intended to hold a trial to determine her fate. Therefore, the meaning of the third slate is that the people of Fontaine shall try the Hydro Archon at the court of justice.
Ah, we played right into the prophecy.
Yes, it refers to our present situation.
I think I'm following now. So, what you're saying is, even though we decided to put on this trial to avoid fulfilling the prophecy, in truth, everything we've done has happened exactly as the prophecy foretold. So now, it seems, we're the ones making sure it comes true.
What should we do?
Feels like there's no way out of this.
Huh. No matter what, the prophecy will be fulfilled. Is this what it feels like to be a prisoner of fate?
If that's the case, does that mean the scene in the fourth slate will also be fulfilled soon?
Traveler, I would like to point out another small fallacy in your deductions.
Yes, let's hear it.
About the fourth slate. You probably thought that the eruption of primordial seawater beneath the fortress of Meripede served as the surest sign that the prophecy was about to come to pass, yes? However, I believe that rather than being a sure sign, that eruption could in fact only be a small warning of something far worse to come. As for
What do
the
you
root
mean?
cause of the catastrophe, I believe you've already encountered it once before.
Could it be? What is the true source of the catastrophe?
This eruption was just a small warning of the things to come. We must find the root cause of the disaster.
Okay. What is the real reason? I almost want to say... whatever Child's up to. Wait, what is this thing? Indescribably massive whale. This is probably it.
It was both dream and reality.
If we're talking about a true culprit, that could only be that thing inside the primordial sea, right?
The truth, the original sin, the trial, and the root cause of the disaster.
Ooh, the color change. Oh, sheesh. Oh! Oh, shoot! Ah. How perfectly timed. Oh, no way, dude! Right there? Oh, sheesh. No freaking way, dude. Here? Ah, my mouth agape. No, no, no. Oh, sheesh. Oh, shoot. Let's go. Ah, yes, let's go. He in his beefed up form, dude. Let's go. Oh. Nice. The effects on his voice. Okay, is it dead? No? Oh, it's retreated. Child, you made it out! No, don't fall back in! Wow, homie fell right back in! No, dude!
That was way too close! How did that thing just burst into the Opera House? Wait, was that the huge whale you saw in your dream?
I'd wager it's also the one that Child saw when he was young.
So we've met it at last. I understand very well why it has chosen to make an appearance here. That whale does not belong to Tibet. It is a monster that has
Sorry,
traversed
that
the
Leorio
stars, weeping
emo
all the
always
while.
gets me. Job's not done. Ah, interesting. The whale does not belong to Teva. It is a monster that has traversed the stars weeping all the while. What? Okay, so it's from the abyss then.
It has been greedily consuming the energy from the planet's primordial sea, using it to grow. That is the main cause for the rising sea levels.
This feels a little bit out of left field. But I'll reserve my judgment for later.
And once it has finished consuming all of the energy contained within the sea, its next step will be...
You said that when the Hydro Archon first created Fontanians out of Oceanids, she filled their blood vessels with primordial seawater.
Precisely. That whale finds the blood of Fontanians nigh impossible to resist.
Oh, okay.
Therefore, when it left the primordial sea, it decided to make its next stop a packed opera house full of food. Food in the form of Fontanians.
We just barely managed to push it back, right? In that case, won't it come back to target the people again once it's managed to recover its strength?
That is correct. Indeed, it is more accurate to say that we should thank that Harbinger for buying us some time. Without him, the whale would have likely come onto land far sooner.
You're telling me Child's just been battling that thing this whole time?
From the way he looked, he must
Just
have
been fighting the whole
creature
time?
for quite a long time.
Ah, I'm sure he must be very happy. He's been fighting for quite a long time. Oh my gosh.
That battle maniac. We've always known that he had a special connection with that whale, but we definitely didn't expect it to help us out like this. Anyway, now that we know that this whale is the actual cause of the disaster recorded in the prophecy, All we need to do to stop the prophecy would be to find a way to beat it up, right?
It is too late.
What do you mean?
It had already absorbed too much of the primordial sea's energy before we could notice it. At this point, it has become practically integrated with the sea itself.
Okay.
Even if the entirety of Tevat were to be destroyed, it could still survive and swim off towards some other world.
That's not something I will accept.
Right? So then what is the Oratress?
We've already done everything we can, and we even found the true culprit. We've come so far. You can't just tell me that the last hurdle is some impossible foe. That's just not fair.
Navia, say it as it is.
Indeed.
So true, Queen.
That's not how a grand performance should end.
I'll fight it to the end. No matter what.
Let's go, Chlorine.
So the prophecy will be fulfilled no matter what, huh?
Hmm? Uh-huh.
The prophecy. Yes, what has been prophesied will be fulfilled. You may view such things as the history of the future.
Yeah, but if this is all about fate...
Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspectives of the gods, could things be happening in hidden corners where the gods' gaze does not fall?
Hmm.
Ultimately, fate shall serve as your only guide, no matter what will happen in Tevat's future. All you need to do is to play your part.
Oh, this is what the witch told us, right? You just have to trick the gods? Is that what's going on? Okay, it's time to brain blast. What's her real secret? What's your brain blast? Another cutscene?
What's happening with the Oratrice?
Oh, okay. Is it time for you to show yourself?
It is preparing to carry out the death sentence.
Farina!
Oh, voice acting? Lovely. From Traveler herself.
No, I still need answers.
Come on, Traveler. Oh, shoot? Oh, shoot? Someone was saying that big sword is like a guillotine, and I'm just like, oh no. Eh? 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 Oh shoot! Farina alt outfit? Wait, this is such a cute outfit! What the heck? Wait, this outfit fucking slaps.
Sorry. That shocked expression on your face is just too amusing. I couldn't help myself.
I love the, Farina? Wait, her outfit slaps.
You are not Farina. Who are you?
Ah, the sweet sound of bewilderment. Marvelous. A sure sign that my attempt to deceive everyone was a resounding success. But to answer your question...
Wait, is she taller here?
I am Fosalor. You know, the god.
Yeah, I'm Fosalor, you know, the god. Oh, Farina.
Fosalor. Why did you deceive us?
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. Goodness, no. But I had to fool everyone else too, if I was to stand any chance of deceiving.
The gods, right?
The heavenly principles.
The heavenly principles. Here.
Deceiving the heavenly principles.
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it? Everyone doomed to dissolve. Fontaine condemned to be flooded.
I want to hear this scene in JP because the JP voice actress is so good. Anyways, okay, I gotta focus. Everyone doomed to dissolve. Fontaine condemned to be flooded.
One was not amused. In fact, one was positively bemused when that problem was thrust upon me by my dearest predecessor. That's the former Hydro Archon Egeria for the uninitiated. It hardly gets more disastrous than a preordained national catastrophe, now does it? She knew full well that the prophecy would surely come to pass. And as one of the seven, she also knew full well that one defies the heavenly principles at one's peril. So yes, as you have no doubt surmised, it was a rather impossible situation that I found myself in.
This outfit slaps!
I spent a terribly long time mulling it over, alone on the ocean floor. And I was almost growing barnacles by the time I finally realized there was only one possible solution to this confounding conundrum. I had to outwit the heavenly principles, allow the prophecy to be fulfilled, ostensibly at least, while saving everyone at the same time. I'm a genius, I know. I can only assume that's why Egeria chose me as her successor.
Okay, okay, Fossilars.
Although, looking back now, it was hardly the inheritance one dreams of. Between the task of saving the nation, the quotidian duties of the Hydro Archon, and not to mention the original sin of creating a new race of humans, I dare say she left me quite a colossal mess to clean up.
Interesting, interesting. I guess there is a lot on Fossilars' plate. That's a whole lot, huh? Oh.
But one can only play the hand one is dealt. I did not choose this, any more than I chose to be one of her Oceanid familiars.
I knew it! I knew it! You're an Oceanid!
So you were also once one of the Oceanids, transformed into a human by Egeria's hand.
Yes, I was. I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do, even now. In my eyes, to be human is to be part of the greatest opera ever known.
I'm really enjoying this. I'm enjoying it. I think there's like some parts where I felt like came out of left field, but this is a fun moment. I'm enjoying this moment.
After becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit.
Wait.
Leaving behind only a self that was as naive and bewildered as my past self on her first day as a human being.
Oh, so she like locked away her plans so they wouldn't be noticed. Okay.
The me you see before you now is that divinity. And the human counterpart I left behind, I named Farina. She could feel joy, sorrow, and everything in between. She could be as vain and conceited, or as
I love
meek
just like
and vulnerable
Farina in the corner
as she
being
may.
sad. Ugh.
Her strengths were of a kind only a human could possess, as were her shortcomings. But in my eyes, Farina's humanity was what made her perfect. She was perfectly human in every way. The person I always wanted to be.
Aww.
Anyway, so then I cursed her.
What?
All part of the plan, of course. The plan to deceive the heavenly principles.
Okay.
Do you still remember the final scene of the prophecy? The Hydra Archon, alone, weeping on her throne. In order that the prophecy might appear fulfilled, I invited Farina to be an actress, to play the part of the Hydro Archon in the prophecy.
So she is a paid actress, just not in the way we thought. Do I also curse people you want to become? What? No, I don't. No, I don't. What the? No, I don't. What? I admire Megumi Ishitani so much. I would never want to curse her. I only want the best for her. I want her to prosper and be so powerful. So there will be a long road for me in which to try and be inspired by her. A long road for me to chase after her greatness.
Under the curse I placed on her,
unpaid actress. So sorry. Yeah, Farina's an unpaid
Focalor's
actress.
divinity continued to exist. She could not die. But nor was she free to live her life in the pursuit of happiness. Instead, she was forced to take the stage in the opera house, to embrace the role of leading lady, to forever play the part of the god from the prophecy, all to create a deceitful appearance of that prophecy coming to pass.
That sucks. Oh, Farina.
I suppose now you probably understand why your court is called the Opera Epiclese.
But Farina is only human, isn't she? Even though she has had a long life, her mind is no stronger than that of any other ordinary human being.
Well, who's to say Archon minds are stronger than humans, right?
I cannot begin to fathom what she has had to endure. It must have been torture for her.
It has indeed. And although she is, in a sense, me in human form, I most definitely owe her an apology for it.
Yeah, this is like being forced to do a job for just like all this time. That sucks. No wonder she is so like... No wonder she tries to make the job so flippant and goofy. She's probably so sick of it. She's like, I must make these court cases fun, otherwise I will simply lose it.
It's been 500 years.
No wonder she was like, I don't know if I'm fully human or not, but I will touch
playing
this
her
water,
part in
hopefully,
the
hoping that I'm not
unimaginably
human.
long, unbearably lonely, and agonizingly painful opera of all time.
Ah, yikes. That explains her trailer, it does. Wow, yeah, for 500 years, thinking that one day you're just going to wait for it all to end and your job is to just do your job until it's over. Yowza. If I remember correctly, tears often contain a being's strongest emotions. With sufficiently strong hydrosensitivity, I can form an emotional connection just like I did with that oceanid at the Fountain of Lucine. Wait, could this be Farina's inner world? A reflection of her inner self. We came here for answers. Either way, this opportunity is not to be missed. Let me try talking to her. Okay. Come on, Farina. It's time. I'll take the stairs. Thank you very much. Okay, alright. Alright, Miss Farina.
Oh? Who permitted you to come onto the stage? Now, I understand your admiration for my august self, but I must ask you to keep to the rules.
Come on, it's me.
All right. It is not my intent.
Don't look at me, don't look at me.
There is no need to state your name. Just be off with you. Do not distract me from my performance.
I don't see an audience here.
Oh,
Just let
do
the
not
stage
jest.
lights go off,
Can you
please,
not
if
feel
only
it?
for 1 second. No! Oh, Farina.
I am Focalor. The eyes
I can
of
become
countless
myself
Fontanians
again.
are upon me.
Ah.
I must at all times display the utmost elegance and nobility.
This is anxiety inducing. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Right? What kind of resolve must she have that even her inner self and subconscious would have such an impenetrable defense? You have to find a way. Oh, Farina. Alright, time to turn off these freaking lights.
Too slow.
Dear audience, the performance is
Ah.
experiencing a technical difficulty, but
Die.
worry not. The guards shall resolve it soon enough.
Of course, dare to mess with me?
The wind rises.
Yummy, yummy.
Hey, what gives? The audience is still watching me, you know.
Guards?
Where are the guards? Guards!
Behold.
Behold. Give me that sweet, sweet energy. Here we go. That's all the spotlights turned off. In Farina's heart, they must have symbolized the eyes of the people. Speaking of which, I think I just received some sort of signal. Was that her true voice? A ticket? When did that end up here? Please take a seat. Okay, well. Either way, it looks like the show is about to begin. In that case, show me how you truly feel, Farina. Ooh, scene 1, before a mirror, Farina. Ooh, the language, wow. The, ooh, okay. Yeah, the letters in Fontanian are quite interesting looking. Okay. Keep walking. Right? The stage is so much bigger.
Farina.
Oh, this is her other outfit, and her hair's not long again.
Who's that? Who's calling me? Where are you?
Oh, this is her inner self. Okay.
Be not nervous. Be not afraid. I am before you.
Wait a moment. You're mirror me? How can this be?
Mirror you, huh? You know what? That's not bad. Let's go with that.
Mirror me. What do you wish to say?
The prophecy. Have you heard of it?
What prophecy? Wait. I know. I think. I don't know why, but it's in my head somehow. The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be...
Oh, very good. You know it well.
What's going on? I can't seem to remember anything clearly. The only thing I know for sure is this prophecy. Will it really come to pass?
Yes, it will. And that is why I've come to you. Disaster will come to Fontaine sooner or later. Things will develop just as the prophecy declared. There is no escaping it.
But doesn't that mean everyone will die? I'm a Fontainian just like them. Will I dissolve too?
Oh, don't worry. Magical meetings exist in this world precisely to give people a chance to turn things around.
Fine.
It is the— I will tell you how to save everyone, but you may have to suffer somewhat.
Sorry, I was getting some water.
Oh, so there's still hope after all. Goodness, you frightened me. You spoke so much and with so much certainty. As for
Thank you. I
the
take a sip
suffering,
of that water.
well,
I do
will
my
admit
stretching.
that the first thing that came to mind was, why do I have to be the one to suffer?
Good questions, Farina.
But if the prophecy will come true, I'll also die anyway, right? So if I've already met you as my magical meeting in this world, if
Thank
there
you. I
were
straightened up.
scales, with all the people of Fontaine on one side and my pain on the other, is it not obvious where the scales should tilt?
Oh, Farina. Yeah, of course. Ah, of course, Farina. My wrists are doing okay. They're not good yet. So we'll wait for a little bit
You truly
longer.
are the perfect human. My ideal. I suppose this would also be the justice that belongs to you.
Huh?
Don't worry, it's nothing. Listen well. Fontaine has just lost its Hydro Archon. I need you to play a role. That of the new Archon.
Play as a god?
Oh, so this is their first meeting, or like this is after she's first turned into a human, I would assume, and then this is Fossilor telling her her duties.
That's right. You must begin a never-ending masquerade. You must never let anyone suspect your identity. If you can keep it up, then I shall have my way of defying this prophecy. But should your identity be revealed, then all hope will be lost.
But how will I do this? A human assuming the role of a god without being exposed.
Don't worry. What you must do is not to turn yourself into a real god. You simply need to play the role of a god as humans imagine them to be. Being a human yourself, I'm sure you already know what such an entity would be like. Remember, your true challenge will not be pursuing divinity.
Okay.
I'm still
Same.
not
I
sure
also don't really understand.
So, how long
You're using
am
too
I
many
going to
like
have to
lofty
play
and
this
big
role?
words. Big words? Lofty concepts and vague statements, my dear
To
Fossilor.
accomplish this mission, you will have to stay on the stage for many, many years. But I promise you, all will eventually end in a magnificent and dramatic trial.
Big words, scramble
and
egg brain.
everyone will be saved.
A trial, huh? How exciting. I'll be looking forward to it.
Well, maybe you shouldn't. Scene 2, a session speech for Rena. I can't run? Okay, I have to walk. Okay, I know.
The Maison Cardinalise has announced my accession, but this is my first time facing the people. What should I say to most appear like a god? To be honest, I still don't know. Perhaps I should first try to act natural.
Summon courage.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and welcome to the Opera Epiclese. I'm sure you've all heard about how I have taken on the role of Hydro Archon. Indeed, I am Verena de Fontaine, your new Archon.
Appear
In
earnest.
truth, I know little about becoming a nation's new god, but it will be my honor to guide you all as the god Focalor, the god of justice. I shall
Close
do once
politely.
again. Thank you all for coming. I thought I might stammer, but thankfully, I was able to convey my thoughts just fine.
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses humanity would be a bit more assertive.
Hey, did you hear that? She even told us to send her suggestions there at the end.
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest. What's the difference between her and an ordinary person, then?
Oh, that's why she's so dramatic now.
Perhaps the succession didn't actually happen. She might just be a Maison-backed puppet.
Wait, what's going on? Why is everyone suspecting
Oh no.
me? Oh, this is bad. If I get exposed here, there'll be no saving the people from the prophecy, right? Mirmi said that I just need to play the role of a god as humans imagine them to be. Calm down, Verena.
Oh, this is why she's so dramatic.
What's assertive, with a strong sense of presence. One who can dispel all doubt.
She's so insecure on the inside. This is so relatable. Ah, Farina.
Oh, very good, my people. Only ones such as you are deserving of my rule. Now, I was wondering if some weak puppet were to one day come onto the stage and claim ownership of this opera house, would the children of Fontaine follow them? Well, it seems that you would all see right through them. Having passed my test, you are qualified to witness wondrous trials alongside my august self, here in this opera house. You may consider my previous act a door gift of sorts. I thought it was a debut that suited the atmosphere. Now then, let us be reintroduced.
Ah, so that was just a performance. I'd forgotten that we were inside
Okay.
an
Personality. It's quite shocking, to be honest.
I love that, like, as people are not putting up a fuss, the lights are turning off. That is fun.
Deity, how wonderful! Our future may yet be bright after all.
It seems I've turned them around. Best follow this flow and restart
Summon
my
courage.
accession speech.
Resolutely with conviction.
My dear people, whether you acknowledge me or not, whether you trust me or nay, I say to you, keep faith in your ardor for justice. We have heard it said that this nation's sins can no longer be washed
Turn up the
away.
trauma,
The
baby.
scales of justice should not weigh heavy in the hands of its God. On one side, it must carry fairness and justice. May law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be our worship.
End the speech emphatically.
There is no trouble in this world that justice cannot solve. All that is needed is for you, my people, to believe in it, heart and soul. So long as I, the Archon Focalor, stand within the Opera Epiclese, so long as I stand before the Oratrice, I shall even judge the gods of this world!
Okay. Another scene. Okay, Opera House Arena. Just a regular old day. Oh, sheesh. Wait, just out of your bed straight to work? Okay, baby. Oh, I like that she's like running now and not just walking. Interesting. She's eager to get to work.
Lady Farina, here are today's case reports as well as a summary of the follow-up for your perusal.
Come now, was I not just at the Opera House in person? Leave these kinds of things to Neuvillette. Besides, none of these trials were the one that I'm looking forward to the most.
One of your workaholic nightmares? Oh
If
no.
I may be so impertinent, what kind of trial?
A magnificent, dramatic, and wondrous...
That's true, I fear I lack the ability to grasp your divine thought, lady.
No need for fright, and do not take what I said before too seriously. Go now, do your duties.
This becomes her daily life.
Lady Verena,
No need to thank. All right.
Yes, what's your son's illness? You know my family too.
He's doing much better now.
Oh, good. Very good.
Okay,
If
okay.
this should
Yeah, she's
happen
just
again in the
visiting
future,
the people.
please.
You're such a gentle and wise god.
Okay, okay. Doing house visits, checking in on the populace. Yes, yes. Very dutiful, working hard.
Lady Farina, here are the latest hydrological reports. As for the specific parameters you asked to take note of,
Oh, she's doing investigating.
It's as I thought then. As your god, I did already expect this, but all manner of signs indicate that the prophecy will still come to pass.
well,
I want to know what the god version. I want to know what Fossilor is cooking in the background in order to make the prophecy not come to pass.
Really?
I'm afraid that...
Oh, is that so? Well,
Right.
The day is finally over, but it's good to see that everything's good. Maybe this is fine.
Just gotta keep going. Oh no.
All right, Farina, don't think too hard about this.
Tomorrow's a new day. I'll fix it tomorrow. I'll fix it tomorrow. Times 1,000. Machi, machi.
Lady Farina, here are the new trial reports for the latest cases as well.
There'll be no need for that. I've seen them already. There's no need to go back over scenes I've witnessed in person before.
Oh, nice transition.
I've waited so long for this.
Indeed, my dear loyal citizen. This joyous moment is an honor for us both.
Lady Farina, we're detecting significant hydrological anomalies near Poisson.
Understood. Keep monitoring. Keep me informed should anything come up at the Institute.
Nice. These transitions are fun.
I don't think I let anything slip today. I must show the people that there is nothing to worry
Man, oh, she really got no idea what's going on. Just hanging in there.
Don't know when these days will end. I feel utterly exhausted. Best to rest early today, too.
Truly, yeah, I'm thinking about what could be causing all this. The fairy brains. If you guys got any theories, feel free to share. Dang. Oh, Farina. Whoa! Yeah. Scene 182,375.
Lady Farina, it's like a dream being able to speak with you up close like this. I've heard that the first member of our family who was honored to receive an audience with you was Madame Dioteria, almost 20 generations
20
ago.
generations.
And what a fine family yours is indeed. It brings me great joy to meet such a faithful believer.
I love just this blur covering her face.
Most ardent.
Surely you exaggerate, Lady Farina.
What is it, good citizen?
Are you crying?
She's so stressed. Oh.
Oh, really now? I didn't even notice. This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well,
You're
just
right,
without
CJ.
being
Traveler
God
waking
used
up
to
around the
into
time of this
waters.
catastrophe is too coincidental. Everything's coming together.
No wonder. No wonder. A manifestation of your power, then. Oh, Archon, I am honored to have witnessed it. Honored indeed. So interminable. So lonely. Just how much longer?
Right? Because, like, no one else knows about what's going on. She's had to keep this secret for, like, 500 or more years, right? Yeah, she must feel very lonely. She just can't confide in people. No wonder she couldn't confide in us. She's been hiding it for 500 years.
The show must go on for hundreds more. I never imagined that it would hurt so much. Have I reached my limit? No. Perhaps I reached it long ago. I want to tell someone, anyone, about this. But would that not destroy all I've done so far? I've conducted so many investigations across the centuries. But all I can do is keep heart. I must maintain this act. It is the only way to save Fontaine. Please. Farina, you don't have to shoulder this burden alone. Although I don't know what
See
you might
what?
be doing for everyone, your people are more than willing to share your burden with you.
Yeah, that's why she didn't listen to us. She couldn't.
Share my burden. That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty alone. But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, you can still choose to confide in someone. Just share it with me. I'm what you'd call a witness. A witness? Yes, I've heard that you came to Tevat from beyond the stars, yes. In other words, you never belonged here. And if Tevat is, in its entirety, a show on a stage, then you're just a spectator, aren't you? If that's the case... She's right. I could confide in her, couldn't I? But if things don't play out as expected, the people of Fontaine will be the ones to pay the price. No, Farina, you shouldn't be But what if it's really all right? Farina, you've worked so hard for so long. Surely it would be okay to put yourself first for once. Is it such an outrageous thing to do anyway? To find someone in whom you can confide your frustrations and sorrows. If you let this opportunity slip through your fingers, it might never come by again. Think about it long and hard. No, I have nothing to say. I am Farina, the Archon of Fontaine. Everything will surely get better. All you need to do, dear spectator, is to witness my performance until the curtains fall.
Ah, of course, it makes sense now. She's been holding on to this for hundreds of years. No, she's alone again. Ah.
So even Farina doesn't know the truth? You've never once let her in on the full plan?
She can't know, otherwise she'd let it slip.
Yes, it had to be done. To deceive the heavenly principles, you must first deceive yourself. She did very well. If she had let her resolve falter even once in these 5 centuries, Fontaine would have been doomed to the most tragic fate. It seems that trusting humanity was the right decision after all.
I believe that I understand how your deception works, but that is only half the truth, is it not? How would you build on this foundation to save the people of Fontaine?
Yeah, what's your plan?
Ah, good. Of course the Eudex of Fontaine...
What do you mean? Everyone's pinpointed it. Not just the Eudex, even everyone's like, what's your plan?
I'm sure you've long sensed that the Oratrice is no simple machine.
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Lenny did mention that he heard a human voice within the core chamber.
Lenny heard a human voice.
It now seems that that person was you.
Oh! Okay, that makes sense.
And then I became one with the Oratrice, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes, it would seem so, wouldn't it? Alas, your understanding
How
of this
is
device
Arlecchino
still
going
lacks
to
sufficient depth.
get the gnosis from this?
In truth, it is no enactor of justice. It is, in fact, a device created to kill the god of justice.
Okay. Okay. Uh-huh.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, you have it. And to be more precise, not only will the Oratrice take down the god of justice, it will also take down the divine throne upon which she has been placed.
This is all very dramatic, but I'm not understanding.
I mean, did you think I would be the sort to enjoy peaceful repose while Farina suffered? My work over these last 500 years has been to constantly accumulate indemnitium within the Oratrice. But really, some have already discovered that only a small fraction of the energy generated by the device was ever used to provide power to
Right, this was
Fontaine.
mentioned in the earlier arcs.
The vast majority had to be, accumulated to enact this death sentence.
Okay.
It was all a part of your plan then? Both the trial and the sentence?
Indeed. This power, accrued over 5 centuries, could have sustained Fontainians for millennia had it only been used for that purpose. Almost all of it has now been stored within the Oratrice. But only power of this magnitude could hope to destroy the Hydro Archon's divine throne, shaking the rules established by Celestia and breaking through the institution that is the Seven.
Okay, so this is just to like break apart the status quo, maybe? So like if the Hydro Archon fucking beefs it.
So the Oratrice's call for death was for neither Farina nor Focalor, but for the Hydro Archon.
Just like the seat.
The destruction of that divine throne. If I do not misunderstand your intent, you must be...
Returning what's rightfully yours to you, of course.
Aww. I was thinking about this. I was like, it's a little sad that like the power of the Archons is basically stolen power from the dragons.
In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the Hydro Archon to the Hydro Dragon of this planet.
Oh shit?
But...
Oh shit?
No, what? Getting sad again, are we?
Yeah, of course he's sad.
The authority of the ancient dragons shall soon be yours once more, O Hydro Dragon Sovereign. And this is the face you make.
all you've done throughout the years is just so you can sacrifice yourself at the very end.
I don't Oh, wait, if all the power from the Hydro Archon is returned to the dragon, then he can stop the water levels rising. Because in the last update, at the very end, they were saying, like, who can stop the water level from rising? And then there was a brief mention that, like, a long time ago, if he still had all his power, he could do it. But now part of the power is split to the Archon. So there's not enough concentrated power in one individual to stop the primordial water from rising. So if all the power is returned to him, then he can do it.
I've never quite seen it that way, you know. Even now, I'm quite pleased at how well my deception worked.
This is flawless. The Celestial will never see this coming.
Hydro Dragon, don't cry.
Oh, Fossil Lord.
I must say, had it been within my rights, I would have loved to judge the heavenly principles themselves. Were they not guilty of essentially the same crime? Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea, and the heavenly principles stole the power you ancient dragons possessed.
I know, I would have never thought that Hoyo would address this thing. I thought this was just part of the lore that they just weren't going to address, much less return power to the original people who held this power. Oh, this is cool. This is a cool storyline. This is a little bit different. I feel like usually storylines don't do this that much, I think. I see it a lot in like I see a lot more like indie companies like approaching these types of topics, but it's like,
for my
this is cool.
part, am the god of
This is usually not a mainstream thing
is
to
it
do.
not just that your original powers should be returned to you? Speaking of justice, I have always believed that justice lies in the process of pursuing human existence itself. So, if the theft of the primordial sea's might was Fontaine's original sin, then, leaving matters of procedural right and wrong aside, the descent of the Fontainians as humans and their right to exist in this world would be Fontaine's original justice. In other words, existence was Egeria's justice, and to me, justice is the continuation of that existence, defying the prophecy and ensuring that Fontaine's people shall live on. That should be the justice enthroned over all others.
This is nice. This is quite beautiful.
We,
I'm very fond of this part of this story.
myself,
Okay.
Or all other Fontainians.
Just like the whole like returning power to
burden
the
of
people
this
who had it
sin
originally.
For far too long.
Preserving people regardless of whether or not like the gods deem it to be correct. Yeah.
Iudex Nervillet, the highest judge in our land. When you regain your full power as an elemental sovereign, what verdict shall you pass upon us?
So when I was invited to the court of Fontaine to serve as Eudex, I see now that that was your idea too. At last, I now understand the true purpose behind this position. In the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries of living
Wow,
alongside us
that
gradually
is
brought
quite
about
smart.
mutual understanding between us. And I have even attempted to feel as they feel.
This is actually quite a brilliant stroke to have the dragon come serve as Eudex, because this is the only way. This is the only way that he would want to save humanity at the end, is to see it in this way. Oh, wow, Fossilor, that is a very smart move you did.
You are a devious one, Fossilor.
Oh.
Things being as they are, surely you know that I could never declare them to be guilty.
Cutscene time? Cutscene time. Goodbye, Fossilor.
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps
anyone
this
would
is
be.
one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Nervalette. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Ah, the animation's so good. Just the subtle acting, very nice. Ah. Goodbye. Ah. Aww, for all you've done. Thank you, Farina. From this moment on, please live happily as a human, just as I wished we could. Aww. Of course it's raining. Oh, Ray Chaser acting.
I, Eudex Nervalette, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
Ah. That hits so good. That hits so good. I love it. Your sins are forgiven. From all the good things and all the nasty things, all of it's forgiven because that's part of being human, I guess. Oh, wow. That's very nice. It does wrap up quite nicely like that.
What just happened? Has the death sentence been carried out?
Oh,
Was
yes.
that bright light some sort of misdirection? I have a feeling that something huge just happened.
But since we're all still alive and haven't been dissolved, I assume whatever happened was good for us.
It's time to end this. We must mete out punishment to that beast.
You've eaten too much.
Didn't you say just a
I feel bad for the beast. He was just eaten, right? The little whale is just... It got a little hungry and it ate too much. Oh well. I guess there's no justice for the whale.
Sufficient to deal with it. Through certain means, I now have the ability to separate the power of the primordial sea from that creature. We should seize the opportunity to pursue our quarry.
You obtained power just now? Only he
Traveler,
knows.
Now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to help me mete out justice.
Me?
The root of the calamities befalling Fontaine. The beast that enacts the prophecy. Its name is the all-devouring narwhal. Come with me, traveler.
Eh? Who's trying to enter my world? Sorry, not right now. Well, guys, that was great. I enjoyed that whole scene. It is 1 AM though, so we need to find a place to end this. We can finish this tomorrow. But wow, wait, this is beautiful. The abyss is gorgeous. Wow, wait, this narwhal is so pretty. Oh, what? Right now? No way, dude. Right now? Oh no. Oh, owie. Okay, hold on. Wait, pause. Wait. Just take a drink of water. Just a sip. Okay. Lower difficulty. No, I'm fine. That's so funny.
Unless we can find a way to attack it from within.
Oh shoot!
I shall share part of the ancient dragon's power with you. We shall look for an opening together.
This is wild. What a fight. Attack it from within? Can I attack it from here? No? This is so pretty. This looks like... What do you call this? The ground? It looks like...
I can feel the sorrow turning into hostility.
What if I just hit like one hit?
No, my sword. Look at you, Bluebell. Think you could bully? Too late for
Think you can bully me? Okay, I am doing like a little bit of damage.
The all-devouring narwhal cannot resist its instinct.
Oh, I didn't bring any Fontaine characters. Yeah, okay, this is gonna be a long fight.
Will present itself.
Oh, sheesh? Oh, sheesh? Oh, wait, we're inside it though now, right? Okay. We're in the belly of the beast. What is this? What is this, like, EDM music? You know what? Go for it. Go for it, queens. Chase your EDM bliss. Ooh, okay. So this is what the narwhal looks like in its heart. This is the sexy abyssal vibes that are going on in his heart.
And use my power to suppress its root from within.
I would love to nuke it. I just don't have you equipped right now. You know, I thought maybe it's abyssal music. Abyssal music EDM confirmed. This whale has moves. So true. I love that in his heart of hearts, this whale is like a sexy dude with like a big sword. Just like a sexy little guy with a big sword. Love to see it. Really, you know, really happy to see this. Oh. Oh. Cutscene? Oh sheesh. We did enough damage? I'm gonna turn it smaller. Oh! I'm so happy that abyssal music is just EDM. That's so fun. Oh sheesh! Skirk. What?
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It should have been my job, but... oh well. It was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. I didn't think that my disciple and my master's pet would start brawling in the meantime.
A short private training session for you? Master's pet? Okay, so the narwhal is some person's pet, which is a little bit concerning considering the narwhal's been eating so much stuff for hundreds of years and wants to eat people now. So child's her disciple, master's pet. Could the master be heavenly principles? I wonder. Interesting.
Well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point, but they bumped into one another earlier than I thought. What a blunder. I suppose I'll have to swing my sword 3 million times as penance.
3 million times as penance? Oh my gosh. That's so, like, martial artsy. As penance, I'll do these training things a billion times. Your master's pet? Tell me more.
Power. Who are you exactly?
Paimon has an idea.
Whiskers, you like Skirk? Yeah.
She must be Child's master.
Yeah. It's Skirk.
Right?
Someone who trained Child when he fell into the abyss for a long time.
It's just that he gave us the impression that she was the less talkative person.
I simply did not have anything to say to the weak. But you, on the other hand, managed to defeat the all-devouring narwhal without using power from beyond this world.
I don't know if I like your whole vibe of, like, I don't talk to weak people.
So you may speak to me as equals.
You may speak to me as equals? Alright. You're a little weird, ma'am, but okay. What sort of person would take the all-devouring narwhal as a pet?
I have to agree. It's a strange use of a planet's primordial waters just to raise an all-devouring narwhal. That kind of power is wasted on it. It's not cooperative. It eats too much. And I have more important things to do with my time than pet sitting. The only thing that creature has going for it is its looks. All in all, it fails as a pet.
Miss Skirk? I think you might have missed the point.
Yeah, the point is that it wants to eat a bunch of people.
The point being?
Well, being that this pet almost destroyed an entire nation. So what sort of person is your master? Well, Child's master's master. Wait, is that right?
Oh, right. So you don't know him. Sorry, I assumed you did.
Him. Heavenly Principles, from what I understood, was a she, so...
His name is Sertologi.
Sertologi?
Huh?
Yeah?
I am unfamiliar with that name.
Huh. So Master isn't sufficiently famous.
The
How
Fowl?
should I describe him then? Have you heard of the name The Fowl?
The
No.
Fowl?
Still nothing? Well, how about the Visionary?
Gold?
Better
Wait, we kind of know
or
Gold, right?
Gold Rhine-daughter?
Ooh, that one we've heard. Rhine-daughter's part of the Hexen Circle. She's Albedo's mom, right?
Oh, so you do know that name. To be honest, I also heard all of those names and titles from my master. I don't actually know them either. But I suppose you understand now, yes? My master is likely a similar sort to Rhine-daughter. They are both pursuing some form of perfection.
Wait, didn't you also mention a visionary person? Paimon didn't quite catch their name.
Actually, never mind that. I believe it expedient to inform you that the all-devouring narwhal used up nearly all its strength fighting you. Such roiling hydro energies will prove difficult for the planet's deep seas to digest. As such, the fontaine back on the surface has most likely been thrown into chaos. In other words, the prophecy that you've been fretting over should now be in full swing.
What?
Not to worry. Focalor has already managed to deceive the heavenly principles.
Okay. Let's see it let's see it happen.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Farina will remain, weeping on her throne.
Oh, sheesh?
Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Okay, I'm like waiting for the twist. This new Villette did something, but what'd he do? Sorry, that's so funny. The animation for that was so funny. There's like a bunch of people popping up like fish. Oh, the hair animation is so freaking good here with like how it looks like the wind is blowing. It's the ship! Risley's ship!
All hands, initiate emergency rescue!
Oh my gosh. A real arc situation here.
Hurry! Hey, lend a hand!
Bro, if I had to grab onto those slippery claws, I would for sure fall off midway through being pulled up. I don't have the... I ain't got the strength. Oh. You thought cannons were gonna come out? Strike them while they're down. No. Oh, this is great! Oh my gosh, this is a lovely scene. Just like seeing people helping each other out.
Look! The water's receding!
Nice, okay. Well, your prophecy came true, eh? Nicely done.
It's a miracle! Water's receding. We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
Yeah, I need Newblood to explain what he did.
We're saved. The prophecy was wrong.
Celestia? Oh no, it's just the sun coming out. I was about to be like, yo, is Celestia about to come down and be like, what the heck? I expect you all to be dead, but you're still here! Oh, front page news.
Renewed. The Sweet Sula talks post-disaster rebuilding.
Nice.
Recent old soil can still give birth to new bloom, Miss Navia stated. Hope is like seeing a small cookie when you're starving late at night. You just need a little of it.
Hope is like seeing a small cookie when you're starving late at night. You just need a little of it. So true.
Skyship Winglet, Boon or Bane of the Fontaine Research Institute.
Boon or Bane? Boon.
The various disputes that have arisen on account of Mr. Edwin have suddenly become a shield over the Institute. With usually turning out, people always call the first researcher mad, but few know what to call the second. And should that latter person achieve a miracle, they would find it all the harder to find a word with which to classify him and his team. Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports. Are those really Curia and Navia? They sound like real big
They might have been real big shots from the start. We just didn't meet them in that capacity.
What do you think? Pretty
Wow,
Italian.
what a mood. That's so true. Sometimes I meet big shots in not capacities where they're big shots, and I'm just like, yeah, you're just a dude. We can be friends. That's totally cool. That's all fun. But then if I meet a big shot in the capacity of being a big shot, I'm just like, I'm too intimidated. You're so cool. Anyways, have a nice day. The Steamburst idea is pretty simple.
The value for these big scoops lies in their inevitable follow-ups. We'll publish further reports and go into the stories behind those people. Edwin's assistant, Jurier, created a true flying ship, while Navia is leading people in the reconstruction of their home. I'm sure that these stories could draw even your well-traveled eye.
Also, CJ, you present a really good point. So now we know the main villain is a he. So who was the one the twins fight in the start of the game? I don't know. I always thought the person that you fight at the beginning of the game is the Heavenly Principles. Which is like the person that's running Celestia, and is the person in Fontaine's case was like, here's the prophecy, all of this is gonna happen. Because the Heavenly Principles was able to see that the big whale was going to eat everything and then eat the people. I think it would make sense if the Heavenly Principles was associated with this main bad guy who is a he. If we assume the main if we assume that he's the main bad guy. The Fowl, I suppose. Because if you think about it, they really don't care that this whale was going to eat a whole nation. I don't think it would be too much to assume that they planned for it, right? They were like, I'm just going to have my pet eat all of this primordial water and get really fat, and then I'm just going to have my pet destroy this nation because we hate that the first Fontaine Archon abused their power, I suppose, or used their powers beyond the scale we permitted her to use it. But I present to you another possible theory, which is that the Fowl, he's actually maybe not the main bad guy. Maybe he's just like another faction. He's just like a dude out there who's trying to find his own perfection, I guess. Whatever that is. Because that sounds like what Skirk was saying, is that her master is trying to seek a form of perfection. And she relates him to another third party, which is like just a witch from the Hexen Circle group. It was entirely possible. It's entirely possible that he's just like a third party that the Heavenly Principle just happened to know was raising a vicious whale and did nothing to stop it because she's like, good riddance to Fontaine. So interesting. I'm surprised that Celestia's not doing anything about it. Maybe Celestia doesn't care enough? I don't know. Maybe the point wasn't to kill everyone. It was just like maybe Celestia just wanted to show her power and create a prophecy and made people worry for hundreds of years just because she could. I don't know. I don't know. What's the point was to punish, so I'm surprised that nothing has happened because the punishment didn't go through. Maybe Celestia doesn't have a clear picture of what's happening on Teyvat. So as far as she knows, everyone in Fontaine is dead. And maybe when she realizes they're not dead, she'll just be the Pikachu surprised face. Lots of questions. I'm sure we'll figure it out going forward. But yeah, interesting.
Paimon's curious too! Wait a minute. Didn't we watch everything happen from start to finish? What's there to be curious
I think it would be more interesting though if the narwhale's owner was in cahoots with this with Heavenly Principles, because I think that would make her plans more sinister That she was like, yeah, my friend is going to release his whale to eat
You're the best
Fontaine
incubators
people.
of news, if you haven't noticed. And also, with you around, I'm sure I'll get to see that Duke.
Are you sure? Hasn't he turned you down several times already?
Wait, I have another idea. Maybe the Heavenly Principles... Sorry, Paimon. I'm fully just like thinking of theories now. In my head, I'm thinking like, well, why doesn't the Heavenly Principle enforce the goal, which is the goal is to kill all Fontaine people because they exist outside of her say-so. But then I was thinking maybe the power of the Heavenly Principles is to make prophecies come to pass and make fate come to pass. So if you happen to trick fate and you happen to make fate seem like it comes to pass when in reality the goal of the fate doesn't come to pass, then maybe that's like the extent of the Heavenly Principle's power. Maybe Heavenly Principle, their power does not lie in specifically just raw power, but their power is constrained to fate and making things happen. So it's almost like they have infinite power in the sense that they can make anything happen, but the restriction on their power is that it can only be points that they've already established. So in the case of prophecies, I don't know, that's just like a thought. Like maybe the constraint of the power is that it only works in almost like a divinatory and like prophetic way where it's like you have to lay down the events that need to happen and it will always the events will always come to pass. But if there's like a magic trick like what happened in Fontaine where it's like what seems to be the case was not the case, then like you can't do anything about it. I don't know, just some thoughts. I don't know, because I'm just thinking like, why isn't... So we win? That's it? Nothing's being done about it? Interesting. Anyways.
Oh, this time will be
see.
different. Come on! Let's head to Poisson first, and then make a trip to the fortress. There are some things you'll only know.
For a better tomorrow! Oh shoot, what's that thing in our inventory? Let me take a peek. What is this thing? What did we just get? We got like a little ore of sorts. Tears among the stars, a drop of water obtained from within the colossal beast who coveted the primordial sea of life. A philosopher in the faraway ancient world once posited that where there is life, there is death. Okay. Light can't resist darkness. Everything withers in time. Oh boy, this is really long. Every tiny yet beautiful silhouette and every moment worth remembering will fade with time, even stars. I have a theory for why Genshin texts are so long and it feels like they keep repeating the same ideas within their text. I think Chinese literature is just, they're able to compact so much meaning in so few kanji. So when they translate it over, if they want to convey all the intricate layers of detail and meanings, they have to use so much English to convey the many layers of meanings that can happen in just a very simple Chinese phrase. So this whole thing in Chinese maybe is like a quarter of the size, but it conveys the same depth of feeling. But I guess when it translates over to English, like sure, it retains the depth of feeling, but I like get tired of reading halfway through because I feel like they're like recycling the same ideas. Anyways, until the end of time, until the sea of stars recede into nothing, a recess? The sea of stars recess into nothing but dying embers until a newborn world moves for the first time in the stomach of a whale. There will be no more sins, no more sadness, no more tears, because everything died with stars. Very cool. English is very literal in that sense. I agree. I think English is very literal. English is very literal, and yeah, it's just a different language. It's a different language. That's cool. That's cool. Nice. Very nice little thing to remember the storyline by. Yeah.
You think I've got a sharp tongue? I just tell it like
Oh, that was fun. Okay, wait. Grab something. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Oh shoot, it's the next day. Wait, oh, I didn't. Oh, I knew I should have. I had a feeling midway through the story, like just right after I got the commission, I was like, I should go to the commission. I should go turn in my commission just in case. Oh, I should have known, and I got too sucked into story. I didn't turn in yesterday's commission. I scream. Okay, I'll turn in today's commission in case I forget again later. Okay, it's fine. I'm turning in my commission. It was just 20 primos. It's just.
Thank you for completing today's commission.
It's just 20 primos. It's okay.
Ad Astra Abyssal.
Rest in peace. But anyways, I think that's enough story for tonight. I'm gonna continue tomorrow, and then maybe we'll also do Farina's story tomorrow. That could be very fun. This was pretty cool. I think there was a point in the story where I felt like they weren't quite selling me on it, but I definitely I was able to get invested at the end there. Yeah, there were some moments where I was just like, this feels a little bit long. I think I get the point that they're trying to convey, and everything they're expressing now is not exactly making me feel any more than I'm. I think something wacky that was happening was when we were at the scene where Farina was going through her like day-to-day life and expressing how she's gone through the same thing for hundreds and hundreds of years, and how it's become such a core part of her to keep up the facade of being that. I don't know. I guess I wasn't buying into it super well at that point. I think the reason why I wasn't buying into it at that point is that like I was too busy thinking about how I didn't understand why Osalor was doing what she was doing. Which was like unfortunate. I think like if I were to go back to that scene now, I would be able to savor it a bit more. I think in that moment I was just too many new variables were being thrown at me in regards to the plot that I wasn't able to connect with what was happening. I was just like, what is going on? Which is just unfortunate. It was cool what they were trying to do. I just wasn't able to connect with it very well. I guess that's just like my thoughts on maybe the parts of this arc so far that I wasn't able to connect on. But I wish I was able to more. Like it feels like a little bit of a weakness. Maybe just for me personally, maybe other people were able to connect, but definitely like all of that information being dropped was a little bit like, oh. The Narwhal arc really took me for a loop for a little bit right there. I wasn't super sure about the Narwhal bit for a good hot second. But it all came together. It was able to wrap up, I think, a little bit at the end. It was a little shaky for a hot second in the middle. I was like, these are too many new variables. But yeah, that's just me. The Narwhal felt like an acid trip. I will confess, the Narwhal thing was like a little bit like, what? What? My favorite part is that the heart of the Narwhal is like a hot little guy with like a big sword. I love that for the Narwhal. Narwhal, I hope that when you're feeling better, you can continue to chase your dream of being like a hot little dude with a big sword. And having cool EDM music blasting in the background. That really brings me a lot of joy to know that you're that you're living this truth in your heart. That's so good. Oh yeah, who amongst us does not want to be like a hot little guy with a big sword, right? That's what everyone wants. That's just the truth of being alive. That's everyone's dream. But yeah. The narwhal thing really seemed to come out of nowhere for a little bit. I know we got a little bit of foreshadowing about it, but I wish that there was a little bit more maybe about it. I don't know. If I was handed this storyline, I don't think I would even know where to begin on how to foreshadow the narwhal and how to like how to make all of that tie together. It's just a hard thing. It was a hard thing to incorporate, but they did their best and it worked out at the end. That's some kind of in-joke amongst the writers. Maybe. That is pretty funny. I hope it becomes an in-joke for the fandom too. I can't draw right now, but if I could, I would do a little mini comic about how the narwhal's hearts how the greatest desire of this narwhal is to just be a hot little guy with a big sword. Who amongst us does not crave such a thing? Right? Narwhal, I'm rooting for you, even though you're like a big murder whale. You're a hungry little whale, ready to eat people up. Okay. All right. Well, that was great. You know, I'm really enjoying the story. It has its ups and downs. It's a little shaky at parts. I'm sad that Focalor's not here anymore. Focalor's outfit was absolutely extremely cool. I like the simplistic but strong silhouette. I'm a huge fan of whatever was going on in her like chest area. Wait, not to sound like a pervert. Hey, hold on. Wait. Let me finish my thought. I just feel like it's really cool to have what looks to be almost like, I don't want to say eyes, but there were like these like cool designs going on in the chest area. Sorry, hey, let me finish. Hey, let me finish. Let me finish. I just think that they had a cool design, repeating design in the chest area. It was a little bit risque almost. I was just like, whoa, that's like barely covering the boobs, but in a way that's different than how barely covering boobs fashion looks. You know what I'm saying? It's like a little bit of a fresh twist on the usual like cleavage exposure. You know what I'm saying? Anyways,